Hello everyone, the Crime Life channel is with you. In this video, you will learn about the disappearance of Kristen Modafferi. Kristen Deborah. Modafferi is an American woman who, at the age of 18 in the early summer of 1997, disappeared under mysterious circumstances after she left her job at the Crocker Galleria shopping center in San Francisco. The future sophomore at North Carolina State University recently moved from North Carolina to Oakland. And who is Kristen Modafferi? Kristen Deborah Modafferi was born on June 1, 1979, in Danbury, Connecticut, to Debbie, a teacher, and Bob Modafferi, an electrical engineer. She grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina. In 1997, having just completed her freshman year at North Carolina State University, she went alone for the summer to the San Francisco Bay Area to study photography at the University of California, Berkeley. She used the Craigslist electronic bulletin board to find a room in a house on Jane Avenue in Oakland. Besides her, 4 men lived in this house. Kristen found part-time jobs at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art and at Spinelli's coffee shop at Crocker Galleria Mall in San Francisco's financial district. Disappearance. On the afternoon of June 23, 1997, 3 weeks after her 18th birthday, Kristen completed her shift at Spinelli's coffee shop around 3 p.m. She informed her colleagues that she planned to go to the public beach of Baker Beach to attend a party. Usually, after finishing her shift at the coffee shop, Kristen immediately left the mall. However, this time her colleagues saw her with a blonde on the second floor of the shopping center at about 15:45. In the future, investigators have not been able to identify this woman. Also that day, Kristen came into the field of view of one of the cameras at the mall when she was withdrawing money from an ATM. There was no one with her at that moment. The next day, June 24th, the photography course at the University of California at Berkeley started, which Kristen was supposed to attend, and for which she had already paid $925. But, as it is not difficult to guess, she did not appear at the first lesson. In addition, on June 24th, Kristen was supposed to pick up a $400 paycheck at the coffee shop, which she never showed up for. Unfortunately, by coincidence, Kristen's disappearance was not reported in the first days after her disappearance. She had days off at work. Her housemates, 4 men with whom she shared a house, noticed that she did not return on the evening of June 23rd, but did not attach any importance to this. Perhaps because we didn't communicate with her closely. 3 days later, Bob, Kristen's father, left a message on the answering machine of a landline phone in the house where his daughter lived. Kristen's neighbors called him back and informed him that they had not seen her for 3 days. After this conversation, Kristen's parents flew to San Francisco. On June 27th, 4 days after she was last seen, they filed a missing daughter report with the Oakland Police Department. Investigation. As often happens in such situations, the police accepted a statement about Kristen's disappearance, but did not immediately begin the search, citing the fact that the missing woman was already an adult. Police officers told Kristen's parents that at this age, people often voluntarily disappear from the sight of their relatives, often returning after a few days. On June 30th, 7 days after Kristen was last seen, the police began searching for the girl. All places where Kristen could be located were thoroughly searched. The area of the shopping center, the neighborhood near her house, as well as the area near Baker Beach. The police tried to find surveillance footage that would have caught Kristen's eye, but the last such recording was the one in which the girl withdraws cash from the ATM of the shopping center on the day of the disappearance. In addition, the police were very much hoping to interrogate an unknown blonde who was seen in the company of Kristen at the mall on June 23rd. Investigators appealed to the public through local media, but it was not possible to find witnesses who would help identify this woman. The woman herself has also not contacted the authorities. A few days after the search began, the police brought a pair of specially trained sniffer dogs to the Crocker Galleria shopping center. The dogs managed to trace Kristen's trail to a nearby bus stop. Then the police examined all the stops of this route, and at the final stop in Sutro Heights Park in West San Francisco, the police dogs picked up Kristen's trail again, but the trail did not lead beyond the stop. During the search of Kristen's room, the San Francisco Bay Guardian newspaper was found in the trash, on one of the pages of which an ad was circled. Friends. A woman looking for friends to hang out with who like music, photos, workouts, walks, coffee, or just the beach. If you're interested, call me. Was this an ad posted by Kristen, or did she decide to respond to this ad? The police said they were unable to identify who exactly posted the ad. And this moment has put us at a dead end. All the sources we found mentioned this ad, but did not explain why the investigators were unable to identify the author. There was also a phone number, and the ad had to get into the newspaper somehow. 4 men who rented rooms in the same house as Kristen were excluded from the list of suspects after several interrogations. The police did not disclose details, saying only that they were 100% sure they were not involved in Kristen's disappearance. Kristen's parents have announced a $50,000 reward for any information leading to their daughter's return. They also hired a private investigator. However, the detective was unable to provide the family with any clues. John Onuma. On July 10, 1997, a man called KGO-TV and said that Kristen had been killed by 2 women, and he knew their names. The caller turned out to be 36-year-old John Onuma, who lived near the Crocker Galleria shopping center. After the first interrogation, Onuma admitted that he had slandered 2 women because he considered them responsible for the dismissal of his girlfriend named Jill Lampo. He also denied that he had ever met Kristen. During a search of his apartment, traces of blood were found, although experts later said that it belonged to a cat. As a result, the police concluded that John Onuma had nothing to do with Kristen's disappearance. In 1999, he moved to Hawaii. Further developments. Years passed and the police investigation did not bring results. In addition to the police, many people tried to help the Modafferi family put an end to the case of Kristen's disappearance. In 2015, Paul Dosty, a former Mammoth Lakes police sergeant, arrived at the house where Kristen lived before she disappeared. Paul claimed that his dog could pick up the scent of human remains even after many years. He got permission from the owners of the house and searched it with the help of his dog. During the inspection of the basement, the dog signaled that it felt the presence of human remains in this place. Paul Dosty told reporters that he was calling on the police to break the concrete slab in the basement and excavate. And he also said that the police needed to question the 4 men who lived in the house with Kristen again. There was no reaction from the authorities to these statements. Dr. Arpad Vass, a forensic anthropologist at the University of Tennessee, visited the house in February 2017 and scanned the area using a device he developed that detects substances released by human remains. Dr. Vass stated that he was able to find traces of blood near the doorstep of the house. Moreover, he was able to isolate fragments of human DNA that matched the samples provided by Kristen's parents. However, the police were skeptical about his discoveries. The case of Kristen Modafferi's disappearance has not yet been closed.